Time to go. Follow the wind. Time to go. Wind strike.
Fuse is lit!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Time to go.
Ad Astra Abyssal. Thank you for completing today's commission. Ad Astra Abyssal.
Oh, a merchant is here. Paimon's not sure they're from Mondstadt, though. Let's go check it out.
Hello there. The name's Atafe. I'm a traveling merchant from Sumeru. Great to meet you.
Whoa, you've made quite the journey. Guess news of our humble shop has already spread to all four corners of Tibet.
I have to agree. This venture of yours is becoming quite well known. In fact, many well-informed merchants have heard word of your potion-selling endeavor. But most people are still not willing to take a risk on such a rare commodity. If you ask me, though, when the opportunity knocks, you've got to be ready to answer. That's how you make the big Mora. Although the general public still doesn't know much about alchemical potions right now, with a little effort and marketing on your side, you can carve out a nice space in the market for yourself. Once that happens, the Mora will just keep on flowing. Once you've generated enough demand, you could even increase your prices tenfold. With that kind of profit, you could even take the rest of the year off if you wanted.
Tenfold? Are you serious?
As long as the demand is there, people will pay anything. You could say it's a sort of mutual agreement between consumer and supplier.
With the way you talk, Paimon can't help but be reminded of a certain other Mora-obsessed merchant. Wait, you did say you were from Sumeru. Maybe you know her. Ever met Dory?
Wait, you mean Lord Sangama Bay? One of the most famous merchants in all of Sumeru? That Dory? You know her? Wow. Lord Sangama Bay is one of my biggest idols. Her business sense and dedication to making Mora has always been one of my greatest inspirations. I was even lucky enough to visit the Palace of Alcazarzare once. It truly is a magnificent sight. One day, I hope to be just like her. Up to my ears in more Mora than I can count.
Looks like we lost her. Should Paimon snap her out of it? Or...
Thank you. That means a lot. Back to where we were then. I believe I was telling you how we can make some big mora together. The idea is actually pretty simple. You produce the potions, provide me with a regular supply, and I'll help you sell them across to Vat. If that sounds good to you, then we should talk more in depth about what kinds of potions to sell this time around. According to my keen market sense, these are the kinds of potions that are currently in demand.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them.
Hi, you two. It's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, you're back! Wait, that must mean there's a new exam! Yep. It's time for the advanced exam. This one will be harder than previous exams, but I'm sure you'll do just fine. If we don't pass this time, it'll be super embarrassing! Don't worry too much about that. Lots of things in life require a couple tries before you get it right. When I first started working as Mr. Albedo's assistant, all sorts of unexpected things would go wrong during my experiments. For example, when I was studying the properties of mist flowers, I accidentally froze all the equipment in the lab. I basically turned them into ice sculptures. Our precision instruments were nearly ruined beyond repair. Another time, I let a reagent boil for a little bit too long, and all the precious ingredients inside got charred to pieces. The smell was so bad, several nights passing by thought the lab had caught fire. Back then, I would get really hard on myself whenever things went wrong. But eventually I realized that, in order to make new discoveries, you have to accept the risk of failure. A fear of making mistakes will prevent you from truly going after what it is that you want. You're absolutely right! Hey, you're actually really good at motivating people! It's just my experience talking. I've spent a lot of time doing research in the lab after all. Anyway, as long as you try, you'll learn something valuable from the experience. Alright, whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and proceed with the advanced exam.
Fabian. How are you? Yeah. It's back. Ah, so close. I need to be level 8. Right, we're calling out tomorrow to spend some time with our Oh, lovely. I hope that's a great time. Definitely understand the calling out. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, just playing some Genshin, hanging out. Had a busy work day, well, busy work morning, I guess. And now just vibing with some games. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Fabian. I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, I go back and forth between, you know, having the mic and not for any reason other than sometimes it's just nice to vibe and just like not talk, you know? Sometimes it's like, yeah, I just want to play games, and maybe there are other folks like me who like background noise or, you know, whatever they got going on during the day. You know, I know I like background noise. I like watching streams, you know, while I'm doing things like working. So yeah, so sometimes that's the vibe, and then other times I'm like, yeah, I'll get on and chat. So I appreciate you supporting that. I'm feeling very tired today though. My stream and everything is enough for me not to stream. It's a lot more than I think people realize. It's a lot more than I realized. I think, you know, when I first started streaming, I was like, wow, this is actually a lot more effort and planning and all that good stuff. Yes, exactly. And you use a webcam, which scares me. I'm hoping I'll get to that point where I feel comfortable doing that, but that's probably a long ways off, and I just want to get more consistent with streaming anyways before I like do anything like that, because I also don't like being perceived a lot. it just makes me feel like I have to like put on a brave face and like, I don't know. Not that I feel any different, but it's like, it's just, it seems exhausting. It's exhausting enough sometimes, you know, just streaming and, you know, interacting that way. So yeah, I'm gonna do a face reveal stream, and it's gonna be at your own pace if ever, and it's gonna be great. Thank you. Yes, that is a goal of mine to get to that point. But for now, I'm just enjoying streaming and enjoying connecting with people. Oh wow. Well, it was extraordinary. I didn't get Sublime, but that's fine. It's fine.
Wow, you even breezed through the advanced exam. Ever thought about helping out around the lab?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day when I feel comfortable.
Drop everything and pursue the path of an alchemy master?
But for now, I'm just here to
What do you say, traveler?
play games, have a good time, hang out with folks. Oh yeah, it's definitely not. And I know, you know, I think about the way that I like watch streams and interact with people on Twitch, and I know that there are a lot of other people that are like me, you know, who like to watch certain content or like to, you know, kind of lurk and work. Like I know I'm not original in saying that, but I do that a lot. And so like I can easily provide that space for other people to do those things because I know that I'm not the only one out there that does that. Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping, is that I just, you know, continue to connect with people, people I already know, sweet friends that have been here since day one, and then of my streaming, and then, you know, new folks when they come across my stream. So
If we work together, I'm sure we can make something
but
super amazing.
a big goal of mine is
By
to become a
super
Hoyo
amazing,
verse
do you mean you
creator,
already have something
which
in mind?
I'm sure you
Well,
know Genshin
in the past,
and
My research
Honkai
was
Star
mainly
Rail
focused on the
are
study of plants,
Hoyoverse games.
but this experience has shown me
And
that potions can
I
have
would love
all
to
kinds
be a
of effects
content
on
creator
people as
for
well.
them,
So,
but of course that takes like
started thinking,
consistency, that takes
what
building
if
up
potions
that
could have
reputation
an even
and
greater effect
community
on
and things
people?
like that. And so that's
Like, what if they could be used to help people unlock
I've
their hidden
decided
potential?
that
A memory-enhancing potion,
this
for example,
like my
could help
Twitch
people
stream will
memorize a
be
whole library's worth of knowledge in a single
more
breath.
like Hoyoverse games than anything
Alternatively,
else, just because,
a strength
well, for
enhancing
various
potion
reasons.
could
But
make it so that
I
Paimon could
think
take
it's
down
good
an
to
abyss
focus on a
mage all
couple
on
of
her own.
things.
Wow.
I
Paimon
love
didn't know you could
variety,
make
but
potions
I
like
get very
that.
overwhelmed by
Sounds
all the
awesome.
options to play games.
Well,
And I have
it's certainly theoretically possible.
a
Alchemy
super
is,
long
in
backlog
itself, a way to explore the
of
unknown.
games
It's a
to
discipline
choose
with
from,
endless
and that's
potential.
overwhelming.
In
So
fact,
yeah, I think
current research has barely scratched
the
the surface
trajectory
of
for
what's
me is
possible
that
with
I'm gonna
alchemy.
stream
Theory, though,
Genshin
is
and
always easier
Honkai,
than practice. And
and
with
then
alchemy, there are simply
on my
too many things that
YouTube,
you have to take into consideration.
I am still doing
Just
my
off the
YouTube.
top
I
of my
just took a
head,
little bit of a break.
there's
Like,
the
when I
theory
took
of
a bit of a break from
sublimation,
streaming, I
the
just had a
potion's
lot going
mechanism
on,
of action, and the
but my
innate
YouTube,
metabolism of the
I
person
want to
consuming the
be
potion.
the
Paimon didn't quite catch all that.
the games, like the variety, where
My bad.
I, you
We
know,
can talk
record
about
me
the
playing
details some other time. If you're
XYZ
interested,
game, and
just
then I
stop
can
by
also
the
put
lab.
VODs up there as well from
Watch
my
out,
Twitch.
world!
But
With a cool potion from Sucrose,
that
Paimon
feels
will be able to become
less
the
overwhelming
strongest
to me
guardian to
because I'm kind of
mankind.
like, since YouTube is
Well, I'll be off then.
my like
Only one more exam to go. I imagine you and I will
not
both have some
backup,
final
and it's not.
preparations
It's
to
just
make.
it's just Twitch is like my #1 priority, and so YouTube, I just kind of want to be more of like a free for all, like, you know, I just put what I want up there. Like I said, a lot of variety. Anyways, I realize I talked through all of that dialogue, but also I love how you said I want to stream Genshin, but the community is intense. It can be, and I've already said right out the gate to myself, like, I am not one of those players that, like, people aren't going to come to me and say,
The
like,
scenery
hey,
is
will you do my
wonderful.
abyss for me? Or like,
Surely enough to
hey, can
convince
you
anyone to become a
review my
wanderer.
characters and stuff like that. That's not the type of player I am. I am really into the lore. I'm really into just a lot of the aspects of the game. But the combat is probably the thing that I'm like the least. Like, I have my characters built because you need to do that, and, you know, I follow like how to build them properly and all those things, but as far as like me being a resource for that, I can't say that that is a good idea. I play and I'm like, bro, these YouTubers. Yeah, it can be very overwhelming, and I remember feeling when I first started Genshin how overwhelmed I was by everything. And unfortunately, I feel like the more and more like new players that come along, like my boyfriend just recently got into Genshin a couple months ago, and he has he's like level 46 or 7 already. Like he's well on his way to getting up there, and but I feel like he's had to put a lot of time into it, just like I did, you know, starting off, in order to get to a place where you don't feel like you're constantly like drowning with content, because there's so much to catch up on. I was one of those people, and I like didn't even start that much later than, like, I was in grad school when Genshin came out. So I wasn't playing any video games then. And here I am with a bunch of 5 stars that are just sitting. I don't even play anymore. Hey, that's valid. It's not for everybody, and it's not everybody's cup of tea to like stay like up to date with, and that's totally okay. I took a huge break from Honkai, and honestly, it's been overwhelming trying to catch up. But I've done a lot of catching up, and I feel a lot better about it now. But yeah, it's, these games keep going, and so it's, oh, what else does it need to do? But it's nice because it'll be there for you, you know, if, when you want to return, those characters will be there for you. I've already done this today. Okay. They keep going. They do. This game, they're really drawing it out. Really drawing it, which, you know, I'm a big fan of the lore. I think they've really created quite the world and the backstory, and it's a very in depth, and so I appreciate all that. That's the stuff that like I get really excited about. When I first started playing Genshin, I watched so many YouTube lore videos and like heard people's like commentary and like what they think's happening and where they think it's going to go next and all that. I just, it definitely has a place in my heart, but I'm just going to watch lovely people like you play it. That valid, so valid. That's, and I'm that way with some games. I know that gachas are a little different, but like, you know, there are games out there that I'm like, you know, I'll just watch somebody else play, and that's enough for me. You know, tempted to sell my account. Hey, if you got some good characters on there, I'm sure that there's people out there that there's a market. I don't know if there's a market for that, but that'd be interesting for sure. At this point, I'm just like playing around with this. I mean, I'm on the last section of it. No, you're fine. Thank you. Always glad to see you, and I always appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. So yeah, please feel free to lurk. Whatever you need to do. I just love this bottle. I keep picking this. Oh, she's back.
so you're the ones behind the potion shop I've heard so much about. When it comes to fulfilling requests, I heard the customer's wish is practically your command.
Huh? Goro? Where did you come from? Oh, and Kirara's here too! What are you guys doing in Mondstadt?
Komonia Express operates all across Teyvat, so I'm always on the road. I'm actually pretty familiar with Mondstadt from my trips here in the past. General Goro, on the other hand, seems to still be getting the lay of the land. He got lost not too far from here.
Well, I would normally be provided with ample intel before carrying out an operation in a foreign territory. But Watatsumi Island isn't exactly home to many people who've been to Mondstadt. I wasn't even able to obtain a map of the region. I've basically had to perform initial reconnaissance in the middle of a formal operation. Not exactly ideal conditions for an error-free mission.
Affirmative, General. Next time, I'll procure the most detailed map available and make sure you have it at your disposal from mission outset. Over and out.
You can drop the formalities, Kirara. I don't expect you to report back to me like I'm your commanding officer. We hired you as a consultant. It wouldn't be fair to treat you like one of my soldiers.
Hey now, it's not like this is some one-sided partnership. We agreed, right? In exchange for my services, you'll help promote our business to the people of Watatsumi Island. Your good word will be integral in helping Komonia Express become people's first choice for all their delivery needs. Our future business is counting on you.
Back to Paimon's question though. You still haven't told us what you're doing in Mondstadt. You mentioned something about a mission?
Yes. It's a funny story, actually. Recently, Watatsumi Island has been looking for ways to increase transportation efficiency. Basically, this means improving the operations of our cargo ships. So, we decided to send teams across Teyvat to learn about the most advanced techniques different nations have to offer. We had just wrapped up our trip to Liyue when we heard word of your mysterious potion shop. So, we decided to postpone our return journey for a bit and come check it out. Turns out it was the right choice.
Well, Paimon's gotta say, you've practically hit the jackpot by coming here. We've got stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Oh, more customers from abroad. My cuties sure are popular. You really do have friends all over Teyvat. Looking at your two friends here, I can't help but be reminded of my dear little wolf cub. You know what? I should introduce you sometime. For some reason, I have a feeling the three of you would really hit it off. In fact, once you've wrapped up your potion purchasing, why don't you both join me and my cuties for afternoon tea? I'll even bring my student along.
Afternoon tea? Sounds great! I could really use some refreshments. Long days of deliveries always leave me parched. Ugh, thanks for the invitation.
Something tells me you're not going to take no for an answer. Wait, why does this feel so familiar? Anyway, Traveler, care to make some introductions? Guardian Mage? Wow, what an impressive title. Is it a position similar to that of a Guji? Wait, could it be that I'm in the presence of someone as high-ranking as Her Excellency, like Lady Sangonomiya herself?
Honestly, Traveler, you're gonna give the guy a heart attack. Don't be nervous, Goro. That's just, a nickname. Her real name is Lisa. She works as the librarian here in Mondstadt, and she's also the person in charge of our shop. Lisa, this is Goro. He's a super powerful general from Watatsumi Island. And this is Kirara. She's a super punctual delivery woman with Komonia Express.
Kirara. The name sounds familiar. Ah, the collection of books from Inazuma that I have in the library. You were the one who delivered them, yes? What a helpful little gem you are.
I'm glad our paths have crossed again, Miss Lisa. I hope you'll consider me for future delivery jobs as well.
As for my cutie's other acquaintance, I believe I've read a few articles about you, General Goro. I seem to recall more than a few references to your empathetic nature and skillful approach to leading your troops. Let me guess, your troops are also the focus of your potion inquiry here today?
Exactly. Commercial activity between Watatsumi Island and other regions has been on the rise recently. The workload has increased so much, both the soldiers who work on our shipping convoys and the sailors who work on the merchant vessels are struggling to keep up. What would really come in handy would be a potion that could help them handle their intense workload. Like one that could enhance their energy and physical strength.
Okay, I could definitely use a potion like that as well. When I'm out on a long delivery, you wouldn't believe how tired my legs would get from trekking across all that rugged terrain. Not to mention the damage it does to my paws.
My cutie should be more than familiar with that kind of potion by now. I'm sure they'll have it done in no time.
Yep, leave it to us.
Well, while you two hop to it, I'm gonna find an idle knight to deliver a letter to my little wolf cub and ask him to treat us to the pleasure of his company. Once my cuties are done brewing a potion that satisfies your needs, we'll all celebrate over afternoon tea.
Afternoon tea on the banks of Cider Lake. Oh, wonder what that'll be like. Oh, I can't wait to find out.
I'm just glad I finally found a way to help my troops. I thought I've told you this before, that if you want to pass through the forest undetected, you're going to want to wet your tails. Wet fur doesn't get snagged on branches and twigs as easily as dry fur. You'll be able to slip on by, and your enemies will be none the wiser.
Nuh-uh. That's not gonna happen. I can't stand my tails wet. I'd be better off, tying them in a knot or something. Or, better yet, improving my fighting skills so that I don't have to sneak by them in the first place. Oh, you're here. How's the potion coming?
Goro, Kirara, your potion is now ready. Why don't you give it a try?
Wonderful! You two sure work fast. Wow, my right shoulder was acting up from using my bow so much, but a few drops of your potion and the pain is completely gone.
The pain from walking on all that rough terrain. It's like it was never there. I thought you dealt in potions, not magic elixirs. With this in my arsenal, I bet I could deliver 200 orders in a single day.
Looks like we've got another hit on our hands. Guess we can add the people of Watatsumi Island and the workers at Komania Express to our list of happy customers. Well, now that our work is out of the way, there's nothing standing between us and that afternoon tea we were promised. Oh, perfect! Lisa's here!
I'm sorry to report, my little wolf cub appears to be busy. I sent someone to fetch him in Wolvendom, but he wasn't there. It's such a shame he's going to miss the opportunity to meet some fellow furry-aired companions. But I'm sure you'll have the chance to meet in the future. In fact, the next time I see him, I'll be sure to tell him about the two of you. It'll give him something to look forward to. Wow, you've placed quite the sizable order. Thank you for your patronage, my Inazuman friends. If feedback on the potion is favorable, I hope you'll consider re-upping your supply when the time comes. If making the journey proves too troublesome, we can always ship them to you.
Of course! I have a feeling this super powerful alchemical craft of yours could be a game changer for the entire delivery industry.
Absolutely. I'll be sure to collect detailed feedback from my troops. Anyway, we should head out. Until next time, Traveler in Paimon. Oh, and it was a pleasure meeting you, Miss Guardian Mage.
Bye, Goro! Bye, Kirara!
The next time I'm in Mondstadt, I should make it an official visit. A formal meeting between Her Excellency and the Honorable Guardian Mage is sure to be a momentous occasion.
Oh, seems like that made-up title really had an impression on him. It's given him all sorts of funny ideas. Oh, is it time for the expert exam already? Our alchemy skills are improving so fast, Paimon can barely keep up.
Your progress has been very impressive. In fact, according to the way Mr. Albedo designed the exams, passing the expert level would mean you're now qualified to mentor other people.
We could start to teach other people? Then Paimon's totally going to start a class. Let's see. How much should Paimon charge per student? Well, all Paimon knows right now is that, for homework, her students are gonna have to use alchemy to make all sorts of tasty treats. Paimon will be sure to give them lots of feedback. On their alchemy skills, of course.
I'm sure this one will go just as well as the others. I'm ready to begin whenever you are. I'll be rooting for you.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.